People deluded. BATE 1, Arsenal nil. Arsenal nil. BATE, BATE, however you want to pronounce it, 1. Yeah, we've lost. Football's a harsh game because we deserve all the banter. When you lose a game like this, we deserve all the banter. This was a game, you're looking at it. We've got Southampton, not this week, next week. We've got one game this week. We need to put this to bed. You're thinking maybe 3-2, maybe even 4 up before half time. In true Arsenal fashion, we've ended it losing 1-0, and you'd back us to probably put a few past them at home and things like that, but we shouldn't be sitting here and saying this. So with that being said, Unai Emery and the players, they have to all have a long, hard look at themselves. I'd say, firstly, the players. It doesn't matter if you're Mkhitaryan, Lacazette, who was anonymous for me, really and truly. It will be everybody. The final pass wasn't there. How many times was it going off? And the link-up play wasn't quite there, being on the same wavelength. Defensively, I think we went a bit pony in the second half, and we let ourselves down for the goal they conceded. Games like this, we deserve all the banter. I feel Unai Emery, in hindsight, obviously everybody's a genius in hindsight, but maybe we didn't have to start with 3 at the back. That's not my issue. I have an issue with he took too long to change his tactics, in my opinion. Just how we kind of set out the game away from the formation, it wasn't quite there. Substitutions, both for players that stayed on the pitch, players that were subbed, and actually where he put certain players he brought on, like Aubameyang, I couldn't understand it. And, well, not even that I couldn't understand it, it just was ineffective. So everybody has to hold blame today, man. We shouldn't be sitting here in this spot and saying this. We know we need to win. Europa League is a serious thing for us. We're still fighting for 4th, but we don't know how that's going to go. When you play sides like this, most of them are Arsenal fans because of Hileb, no disrespect. Most of them are not going to play football to the level that these professionals at Arsenal have, regardless of if you believe some should be here or not. They're starstruck. Games like this, you have to kill it off very quickly, or they're going to get confidence with every chance you don't take. As you saw, to be fair, first and foremost, I'll give BATE credit, man. Their manager obviously worked on their team shape, how to sit in, and I think they frustrated us. Obviously, we, all season, really and truly, we haven't been playing, in my opinion, penetrative passes consistently, but they were rigid. I don't know whether it was just because Lacazette and Aubameyang, not Aubameyang, sorry, Iwobi were only in the box sporadically, but we had a reluctantness to cross it. Whether that was because they're marking or what, I'm not too sure, but I feel they did a good job. We knew they were going to sit back, people. Like I said, most of them are Arsenal fans, and they were going to be starstruck. They sat back. They rarely had anything. When they got the ball, really and truly, bar the occasional counters in the first half, it was just going long. They had no option beyond winning the ball back. They had nothing else on. And you saw how high Maitland-Niles and Kohler were in the first half on the right and left side, respectively. We were like, there's no way we should have cut this team open, and we're in the game. We're dominating the game essentially for 44 minutes, and they scored. And credit to them, because we've seen this worked on Arsenal before. Rigid, soak up the pressure, hit us on the break, or just take your chances and you walk away with something. And to be honest, like I said, we've got a second leg and football's not done, but we shouldn't be here saying this, for one. And also, They've done themselves proud. They maybe even all their fans. I don't follow the press in that nation, but they must have thought they're gonna hold a whooping, but they didn't. And yeah, man, Arsenal, we deserve all the banter from all the fans, from all the clubs. To be fair with you, but we didn't take our chances. We deserve to lose. We really deserve to lose. We didn't capitalise and put a lot of through balls in and really try and hurt this team and put this game to bed in the first half so we can bring off players and them things there. We deserved it. Literally, I'm talking so much. Let me break down the game. Obviously, in the first minute, we should have won. We should have scored, to be honest. It's a lovely ball from Iwobi to Kohler. I feel Kohler was we're relying on Kohler too much. Like, I feel we're relying on our fullbacks to be creative too much. It's a lovely ball from Kohler. Mkhitaryan should score. There's no way around it. Mkhitaryan should score. It's a tap-in, essentially. 4th minute, Mkhitaryan put a lovely ball in and no one was there to tap it. I must admit, people, throughout the whole game as well, I have to say it before I forget it, why do we keep doing these short corners? You could even see Mustafi, not that he can really be one of the guys to say that, but you saw Mustafi, you saw Monreal. Players are getting frustrated. Put the ball in the box, really and truly. Ask this team questions. But we're in the game, man. I feel our passing is sloppy at times. It's not really of standard. Like I said, we're not on the same. Players are not on the same wavelength. You're seeing moves break down consistently all over the pitch. I feel we're probably we didn't win the game, but we probably expected to win it, or because of the way they were just sitting back and respecting us, it felt a bit like our players were not playing at 100% and felt it was an exhibition match. You saw certain players, I have to say, name and shame, I feel Guendouzi was taking a bit too many touches, Maitland-Niles. I don't feel Xhaka was as bad as he usually is, but probably him as well. There wasn't really a lot of creativity, and tactically we need to look at something, because our fullbacks are the most creative players in our squad. We need to get some more creativity centrally, because our midfielders are running out of options. Our forward players are coming short because they don't know what to do. It's ridiculous. We've had 2 corners in the first 10 minutes and things, and they've been short. All right, cool. But the game's that was becoming a constant thread. Don't get me wrong. Czech had to make a couple of saves. I did feel when he did save throughout the whole game, they were a bit shaky at times, but he did what he could. But you could see us. We're camping in their own half. We've got a high line. We're dominating the ball. But again, if you don't fashion quality chances and you don't take your chances, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen for you people. 21st minute, we played some lovely bit of play, and it fell to Lacazette. A headed effort from Lacazette. He headed over, but for me, he should have headed it back down into someone's path. Just not on the same wavelength. Shortly after that, tame effort from Iwobi. Didn't feel Iwobi had one of his best games either, man. And like I said, 30 minutes in, they're growing in confidence. They're starting to press us a bit. They're starting to have a goal, specifically down the right-hand side. Did feel the ref got a lot of the calls wrong, to be fair with you. Throughout the whole game for both sides, I don't feel the rest, all the linesmen has had the best of games. Best chance before they scored was probably in the 27th minute when I think they shot wide. But yeah, man, they hit us against the break. It's going into half time, just on the stroke of half time. It's a poor play from us to concede the foul initially, and there were warning signs with Guendouzi giving the ball away in the middle of the park. It's poor marking, and it's a good headed effort from them. And they to be honest, man, when you work hard and you believe in yourself and stuff, good things happen for you. It's 1-0 at the break. Where's my half-time notes now? That's the second half. So I'm so rattled I can't even find them. I think they're over there. But at half time, I'm thinking we shouldn't be in this situation for one. The players need to know that. They need to go out there and score. There's really nothing more to say on that front. To be honest, it's bad, but the away goals even count in Europa League, people. I mean, I know we've been in this for 2 years, in this competition for 2 years, so approaching our third, but I still don't even know if there's away goals. That's my mentality. We need to score, and because of the stature and the size, we need to score. You're thinking because of the trend of how United sides are, second half, they're going to come out and pattern up. I feel we were worse in the second half. I feel our defence went to pony. They were having... I feel BATE started to press us, started to get men higher up the field, and I feel they were catching us on the break numerous times. It's more of the same from us. We're not taking our chances. I feel Unai Emery as well took too long. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, all right, cool. Again, I'm not the manager. I support the manager. I'm not gonna sit here and say things that I don't agree with. Back them for no reason, sort of thing, people. But I'm thinking, okay, we've got 3 defenders on now. Surely take off Mustafi, for example, or Monreal. I would have kept Monreal on, but take off Mustafi thing. Bring on an extra sort of creative player, specifically Aubameyang, when we revert to our diamond. He took too long to make changes for me, and when he did make the changes, he slapped Aubameyang out wide. Okay, a lot of that is obviously Mustafi went at right back and to help him, but at that point we need a goal. Aubameyang's not getting on the ball, barely had any touches, and Lacazette's not that he's playing well, he's just having to drop deep. Slap them both up there, make that other team have to think about them, because it's only 1-0. They didn't expect to be in that position. Make them make difficult decisions. So I thought that. Must admit, I'm not going to say Kohler was playing the best, but I feel Kohler could have stayed on, possibly Maitland-Niles as well. Ironically, I don't disagree with bringing on Torreira, people. I mean, Xhaka was on a yellow card, and it is risky, and I feel Guendouzi was probably, if he was on a yellow, or both of them wasn't on a yellow, Guendouzi might have been the one to come off, because I feel he played some good passes, but he was sloppy. Torreira was the last man I was thinking to bring on, to be fair with you. And like I said, it's just more of the same. Obviously, it's stupid from Lacazette eventually to get subbed. I mean, to get sent off. He reacts, and like I said, man, he misses a game. If they review it, he could miss more. It's a stupid decision from the lad. It's heat at the moment, and he's going to have to learn from that. He's more experienced. He's got a lot of experience, so there is no excuses, man. But ultimately, today just falls on... The players are the ones playing. At the end of the day, poor decision-making, poor finishing, for me, the players had a bit of arrogance about them that they just thought they was going to win this before they've actually put balls in the back of the net. And I have to question the tactics. I'm not even questioning the formation because I wasn't saying that before the game. Everyone's a genius and likes to blast people in hindsight. But during the game, man, for someone that changes things very quickly, I don't feel Unai Emery covered himself with any sort of glory, man. And it's going to take a while to fix this side, and they make a lot of mistakes. But when you look past just the players being stupid and making mistakes, you have to wonder what's going on, because the creativity, the fashioning of chances is just not there within our side. And to be honest with you, how many quality chances did we take throughout the whole game? Not possession. We had a lot of possession, but how many times did we really test that keeper? It was more so we're putting balls in behind and there's too much weight on the pass. It's going off, or we're forcing people out wide. Don't get twisted. There were some saves and the defense had to work, but something's got to change, man. The players have to take the blame, but I feel tactically we were poor today, and we deserve all the banter. Like I said, man, credit to BATE, because I know the headlines are going to be on us, and rightly so, but I don't feel you can discredit their game plan, man. I feel, first and foremost, you got to believe in yourselves. They quickly realised, like you seem to a degree with Huddersfield and Cardiff, that if you believe in yourselves, you win half the game against us, even though we beat them sides. They had a goal. I feel they defended well. I feel second half they were braver. Ultimately, they put the ball in the back of the net, and I'm sure no one that's connected to that club would have thought they would have been going into the second leg on 1-0 with a 1-0 victory. So at least at this moment in time, they hold all the aces. You'd expect us to throw in a lot of goals against them, but we're going to have to take the game to them. So technically, without that being said, it's in their palms. And I'm having a lot of people on Twitter tell me there's a second leg, there's a second leg. Yes, there is, and bad things do happen in football. But we should not be in this situation. We should be in this situation talking about how we didn't need to concede a consolation goal. And I feel complacency crept into the players' game, and it happens a couple of times. It happened against Blackpool, and I'm sure there's another example I can't bring where games we're expected to win and normally do, they're not really 100% at it. They've got to smell it. And yeah, man, they travelled all the way there. The pitch wasn't great. Players were slipping. These are the games you have to turn it on and get through, man. And now we're playing in the second leg. So we don't know what's going to happen in that second leg. I mean, just say we score a goal and it's 1-1. We're taking that into extra time and things like that. Then we've got Southampton on the Saturday. These little things can play on the players' legs in terms of fatigue. These things can make the difference. We could have put ourselves in a great position, kill this game off, obviously start a strong side next week, but possibly rest some players or give some opportunities. But it is what it is, man. All we can deal with at the moment is that they've won 1-0. Second leg next week, we need to go at it, man. We've got two big games. We've got Southampton at home in the Premier League, and we've got this. Both, if we want to get top four, we need to win that. And we also need to win in the Europa League if we want to go through. So it's essentially a 6-pointer next week. Well, you guys know what I mean. On that note, I'm not going to keep you lot any longer, man. So yeah, 1-0 to BATE against Arsenal. It is what it is, man. BATE, whatever you want to refer to them as. Deluded. I'm out, though.